Hello, welcome to ActorsE on ActorsEntertainment.com. I'm your host, Brett Walco. No, I'm not Brett Walco. He was meant to be here today, but he woke up sick. Clowntown.tv, check out Brett Walco. I'm your host today, Pepper J, and I'm very excited. We have a wonderful guest. She is delightful. She's an actress, so you might have seen her all over the place, and most recently coming out with Kevin Spacey. Let me introduce you to Sandra Marshall. Hey!
Yay! Hi.
Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for inviting me. I'm very excited to be on the show.
Yeah. This is Sandra's a virgin.
Yes.
To live TV. So this is her first experience on internet live TV. So I'm welcoming you, and we'll take real good care of you.
Oh,
absolutely.
Good.
So where are you from originally?
I'm from Detroit, Michigan originally. Yay for Detroit.
There you go.
But I love Los Angeles.
What's not to love?
I love LA.
What did you want to be when you grew up, Sandra?
I wanted to be an actress, but I never tried being an actress because I thought you had to have accents. So I went, 5 years old, I'd go to the movies, 3-4 movies, and walk home during the winter and picture myself in every scene there was.
Oh,
but I thought I never took a acting in high school or junior high because I thought you had to do accents. My sister could do accents, but I couldn't, so I never did it.
Can you do any accents now?
Southern accent.
Let's
That's
hear.
about it. No, unless they're paying me for it.
What do y'all want to know so much about Sandra anyhow?
Yeah.
But you could pull it up if you wanted to now, because now you know you could learn anything.
I can learn anything.
So
I can do anything.
You wanted to be an actress, but you thought, no. So what did you decide to be when you were...
So I became a secretary. I've done a lot of stuff. When I became an actress, waiting for my pictures, I worked for Utter McKinley Mortuary.
A mortuary?
Yes, and I'd call all my friends, not tell them where I was working, and I'd say, just call me, and then I'd say, good morning, Utter McKinley Mortuary, and Mr. Cogwell said, please, not so friendly. And I'd tell all my friends to come over, and then if they called me, I said, come over, I'll give you some free flowers. Now, at that time, I didn't even know what remains were. So being a switchboard operator one time, people would always say the number, I would repeat the number in case what they meant could be different. So one man called up, and those are the times, the switchboard, and they said, could you tell me if Mr. Smith is here? I said, oh, you want to talk to Mr. Smith? They said, no, I'm calling to see if his remains are there.
That's so funny.
And then also, I worked for Sloanes, which no longer exists, on the switchboard.
That's a department store?
Department store, on the department store, as a switchboard
You have to be
operator.
older than you to know what Sloanes is about. There you go.
So they asked me, I remember a man calling and saying, can you tell me if you have any secretaries? So I said, I'll connect you to the personnel department. But a secretary is a piece of furniture.
It's a desk, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's a desk. Oh, there's a switchboard. That's what they used to look like. That's when I was a
yes,
kid.
That's it. I did go to school for that.
Oh, that's really
Trade
interesting.
tech.
Trade tech. You know, it's interesting. The technical schools are probably the best schools around to prepare anyone for anything.
Yeah.
And it prepared you because you later were secretaries in movies and films. And
I was.
So when did you decide, accent or not, that you might want to go into acting?
Well, I decided maybe to go do modeling and I remember seeing Bill Cunningham, Pacific Artist, he owned that. He says, we don't want just models, we want models who are actresses. So I studied with Estella Harmon, who's no longer with us. No. And I had a passion. I loved it. And I'm
fun,
really
isn't it?
good because I can cry on cue and I can laugh on cue also.
Well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
And I love laughing.
Did you start out doing any theater or?
No, not really. I'd gone to the theater later on. But my first, getting a SAG card can be very, very difficult.
That's the Screen Actors Guild.
Right.
Yeah, now it's SAG-AFTRA. We're merged.
And God was very good because I met somebody who was doing a film called, my very first film was The Day of the Nightmare. And I got my SAG card. He gave me my SAG card. I was a secretary.
Most unusual.
Yes.
And you were a secretary in the film.
Right.
And you had experience.
Right.
Yes.
I was a secretary also. I used to be a
That's right.
legal secretary. I've done a lot of jobs. A professional blackjack dealer in Tahoe also.
No, that sounds fun. Can you still do
Yeah,
the
I'm
cards?
really good at that. Those were the days when you had the real silver dollars and a single deck. And it was, I don't know if I loved playing blackjack as a kid. Not blackjack, jumping jacks as a kid. So when I would deal the cards, I would pick up like playing jacks,
Oh,
and
interesting.
I would do the music. I would take the cards like to the music of the Southern, like Manny Lopez was there and Vicky Carr, and I would just.
Sure.
And also, what I did, if they were good-looking guys, not knowing any better, I'd say, "Don't play at my table. I'm hot." And not knowing their ego, they would deliberately play at my table. And then I would say, well, better lose with a smile. But one time, I actually pulled out, I pulled up 4 blackjacks in a row. I said, well, folks, you can relax now. And I pulled out another blackjack. I didn't know what happened. All I know is my brother had given me a pin saying about even a fish couldn't get in trouble if it's kept its mouth shut. So all of a sudden, one woman got indignant and said, "The deck is loaded," and I really didn't know what happened. So the pit boss came over, spread out the cards. As lady, she could have 4 more blackjacks because I had reshuffled the cards,
Right.
which I didn't know, but that's what happened.
That's interesting.
And what was interesting when they would play, if it was a $100 bill, I was hot. Or 300, it was fun. But if people were just playing single dollars, and I might lose. But I'll tell. To me, the funny story is nothing goes smooth. I don't want to put that in my life, but when I didn't know 6, I didn't even know 5 and 6 were 11 when I got the job. But what you do is to become a blackjack dealer is you take all the picture cards out, the 10s, and you learn combinations 5 and 6, 8 and 3, 6 and 4. So that's how the blackjack dealers can add so fast because they learn combinations.
Right.
Well, they finally put me on the floor at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and my very first customer was a drunk. And all the money would fall on the floor. So, and then I got good, but being insecure, they put me on the shift at 8 at night. And I went in the bathroom, I started crying because I thought I wasn't any good.
Cry on cue.
I wasn't any good because they gave me a different shift. So a couple people said, "No, you got the best shift. That's the busiest shift there is."
All right.
So that was
wonderful.
my story.
So the first movie you were in, tell me the name
It was
of the
The
film.
Day of the Nightmare.
The Day of the Nightmare.
And then my second...
And tell me a little bit about that. Who was in there with you?
I don't...
Oh, it is right there, The Day of the Nightmare. I can't read that so well. Sarah, who's in that?
The Day...
Let's see. But that looks like fun. And then
Yeah.
what was your second?
Then I got a job on with Lloyd Bridges called The Loner.
Lloyd
The
Bridges.
Loner. And-
I adored watching Lloyd Bridges. That's the father, by the way, of Jeff Bridges, Bo Bridges. All of the Bridges have good. It's called The Loner?
Yes, The Loner. It was at MGM, which is now Sony, and I had my line.
There
and
he
then
is, Lloyd Bridges.
Right.
What a handsome fella he was.
Charming.
Yes.
So what happened was I knew my line, but I forgot to remember what the line is before to come in. But they did take that line away from me, and they gave me a different line, and the line, remember, was, "He's unarmed." That was the line.
He's unarmed?
Yes.
Okay.
Because he was a rancher, Lloyd Bridges. He's unarmed. So that was my first TV show.
What was it like getting on the TV show? I remember the first time I was in a TV studio, I was surprised at all the lights. There were lights everywhere on the ceiling and everywhere, and I didn't know who was who.
I was nervous.
I was nervous the first time. I was 5. So.
Oh, lucky you.
But yeah, it's a very, it's scary walking on
Yes.
with all those crew and people
Right.
you don't know who's the director or who's the janitor.
Right.
Yeah, it's interesting.
In fact, I can't remember the director, but he had only one arm. I shouldn't laugh, but it was a false arm he had.
Oh, a prosthetic, yes.
Yeah, prosthetic.
Interesting.
But Lloyd Bridges had a trailer actually on the lot, on the set was his trailer.
Oh, very nice.
Usually the trailers are outside on the lot, but he was special.
Oh, he was big time then.
Yes.
He was doing really well. And so then what happened in your career?
I was in it for a while. Then I wasn't making enough money, so I got out, and I went over to. I moved to San Francisco, and I met somebody from San Francisco who said, "Why don't you become a?" Oh no, I had worked on a ship, And to
Like
work
a
on a
cruise ship?
a cruise ship.
Nice.
It's an ordinary seaman, but I was a waitress, and I literally did not know how to set a table at the time. So we went to Hawaii for 5 days. We were on ship on the ocean for 5 days, 6 hours in Hawaii and 5 days back. So when we first get on the ship, everything is set up.
There's a beautiful cruise ship. Aren't they great?
Yeah. So everything was set up. And then, of course, never being a waitress, you had to be your own busboy with those big silver lids on, and they all fell. Well, it was time when they called who was going to work where. They said, my real name is Sandra Lubetsky. And they said, Lubetsky, special mess. That was only to serve employees down below.
Oh, so they put you away so you were safe from the world.
Now, I don't like to waste food. So I was thinking about all the employees, and they said, one would say a 3-minute egg, a 5-minute egg, and one of the guys canceled the order, but I had given the order to the chefs. You have to go in the galley and wait in a line, and there's a revolving elevator there. So when the guy changed his, I can't read what this says.
No, you don't have to read it. That's a cue card.
Okay.
All right, and I'll stop you there, and then we'll continue. You're watching ActorsE on ActorsEntertainment.com. Let's take a look at one of the most respected photographers around, John Michael Ferrari, and his website, imagesbyferrari.com. Helpful both to actors and non-actors alike. And you're watching ActorsE on ActorsEntertainment.com. I'm your host, Pepper J., and we're here with the delightful actress, Sandra Marshall. And Sandra is telling us about her career, and I want to know what came up next for you.
Okay, so I did the Miniskirt Mob. It was Harry Dean Stanton, Patty McCormick, Diane McBain.
Oh, there it is right there. Very nice. The
Okay.
Mob. Patty
Yeah.
McCormick. What a great cast.
And the bat, she was in the bat seat.
Yes,
Patty
she
McCormick.
was.
She was great. But what happened was, I had to also wear a red wig because they had too many blondes. But they asked me if I knew how to ride a motorcycle.
And you said yes.
I said yes.
And it was a lie.
It was a lie.
How did I know?
So what I did was, I'll never forget, somebody was riding their motorcycle, and I stopped them on the street and said, could you please teach me how to ride a motorcycle? So he did, and I got on the bike, but the bike went up the hill and I was off the bike. So those were the days you can go to the gasoline station and actually rent a bicycle. Now, it was supposed to be a Harley Davidson. So I started off with a small little bike and then went to Harley Davidson, but when I was at the gasoline station, one of the guys took me on the Harley Davidson, and then I was riding it a little bit. But when I actually got up to Tucson, Arizona, I didn't have to ride a bike. I got to be on the back of somebody.
Oh, that's a lot easier. Trust me on that.
Yeah, and it was in Tucson, and they had a rodeo high chaparral day, and they flew us back up to Tucson, and we were on a rodeo. And so we were all on horses in my miniskirt mob. The skirt was green, and the T-shirt was yellow, and the jacket, I think, was green. It was a lot of fun. We were up there for maybe 3 weeks.
Yeah, and you don't like yellow, I can
Right.
tell. So very
Great,
sunshiny
right.
and very beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh, there's
Harry Dean Stanton?
Harry Dean
Yes.
Stanton. What an amazing, amazing talent. Really
Yes.
nice. Yes. So you got to work with some really good people right at the
Yes, I
beginning of
did.
your career. How fun, how fun.
And you know what was interesting about that? Oh, I could not believe what I did. I asked an agent who I was not signed with. They had a premiere, and I went. And we're sitting there. He says, where are you? Well, he didn't recognize me. I was with a red wig, so like a jerk, being insecure. I said, do you want to go? He said, yes. So I never saw the movie. And I always thought there was a girl who I was behind that had a lot more footage. Well, recently I actually saw it on the internet.
Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Is that, who's the, oh,
That's
there.
Ian McBain.
Ian McBain.
And you'll see me in a red wig.
the Miniskirt Mob.
And it turned out that I had more footage than the other girl did, but here I thought this other girl had more footage.
Uh-huh.
So it's only till later on that I saw it, and you can later on see the group.
Is that you? No, where are
No,
you?
but there I am. Well, if you
Okay, I want to see.
go back, whatever, there was a group of us
Okay.
in the short miniskirt.
I want to see the short
Okay.
miniskirt. Oh, there you are. No, is that you?
No, that's Diane McBain.
Oh.
She's fighting with some. Well, she's
Right.
fighting with Patty McCormick.
That was a scary movie then.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was
bad
The
scene.
American International. Those
How
were the
fun
days.
is that? Thanks, Sarah. That's
There,
great to
see,
pull-
there's
oh, there
the
you are.
outfits, yeah.
On the far left.
That's it. To the right. I mean, the right. That's me in a red wig.
The red wig.
Yeah, next to Diane McBain,
Okay. Sounds good to me.
because the other girl was much taller than I
Uh-huh.
was.
So how exciting to you. So you shot outdoors?
We shot outdoors in Tucson, and then we later on, but maybe afterwards, we did the High Chaparral Day. We were all on horses on the rodeo.
How fun.
And of course, I love going like this to everybody. It's fun.
It's fun. You like that? The little wave.
Yes, hi.
Very nice. Very nice. And so what happened to you next in your career?
I don't know if I
When
dropped.
did you
okay.
start doing theater?
As an actor, I did Gypsy,
Gypsy, that's a great.
and then I did The Sound of Music's Sister Margareta
Here in Los Angeles?
in Los Angeles, and some
Beautiful.
other, and Come Blow Your Horn when I
Uh-huh.
was younger.
Do you do any live theater now?
I haven't done live theater,
Oh, I
but
love
I'm
it. You
but
ought
I'm
to come
ready to
back
do
to-
live
yeah,
theater.
let's do
I'm
it.
ready. Just give me a part.
Sure, I could be your mom.
Yes.
Cousins?
Whatever. Yes.
Whatever, let's do it. Let's do it.
Yes.
Put a red wig on me. I'll
That's
be your
right.
mom. There you go. There you go. So after the Miniskirt Mob,
Later on, things were going slow, so I moved up to San Francisco, and then I remember I told you I worked on a ship, but then I told you about being a professional blackjack dealer,
right?
and then I went to Lake Tahoe, and I was a cocktail waitress, and I got a free seasonal chairlift ticket.
Oh, for the ski
For the
lesson?
ski, and I could ski. I could not ski Thursday, Friday, and Saturday because I was working and Sunday. But wouldn't you believe it? 2 weeks later, I broke my ankle. A mogul is a little hill that you go over, but then there was a second mogul which I didn't see, and my ski twisted my whole ankle. And luckily, it was at the bottom of the hill, so they didn't have to use a ski patrol.
Yes.
And I was at Truckee, California, I think about 2 weeks with a full-length cast. And when I was in Lake Tahoe, I was walking with crutches on the snow as the crutches went into the snow.
Oh, fun.
So that was quite an experience.
But
so
you
I
know
would
how to
screw my
ski.
ankle. Yeah, but I skied a little bit afterwards, but not
Oh,
now.
I see,
It's
uh-huh.
not. It wasn't worth it.
So what was your next acting job after the Miniskirt Mob?
I did a lot of other stuff. I did a
What's
lead.
up there, Sarah, after
I
Miniskirt?
survived a disaster.
I survived a disaster.
I
It
survived
was
a disaster.
Shara Cox, and it was regarding the San Francisco earthquake. And the set they built me, I had to go. They built like sticks or lumber underneath, and I had to crawl underneath this lumber as though it was an earthquake.
Oh, like you were caught in a
I was
building?
caught in the building underneath,
I see,
and then
huh?
what they had to do is the firemen, they had, of course, actors, firemen, they took the fire hose and they were watering me down, watering the whole thing down. And I never heard of a lipstick camera, but to get inside, it's a really tiny thing, and they were filming me with that lipstick camera, and then hosing me down. Now, I didn't know if I got paid for the hosing, but it was,
Do we have any pictures of that, Sarah? No, okay.
oh, I should have brought the picture.
No, no worries.
Okay, and then I did a lead, an unsolved mystery.
Unsolved Mystery.
Uh-huh.
That was a very popular
Yes,
series.
Robert Stack, and that was
Yes.
the lead. It was called
Unsolved
Who
Mystery.
Killed Christy Lee?
I thought Robert Stack was so handsome.
Yeah, he wasn't actually on the set, but the director, who was the same editor, what happened was my daughter-in-law slaps me, and then I slap her back. However, the actor said, "You can slap me," and I
Oh,
said,
there's
"That's
Robert
fine."
Stack there. Oh, what a handsome guy he
Yes.
was.
So what happened was, she said, "You can slap me," and I said, "Well, that's fine, but you cannot slap me." Now, as an actor, you are never, ever supposed to injure anybody or touch them unless you tell them. So you sweeten it, you go with your face like that. So she was not allowed to actually slap me. Now, what happened is, she had a lot of lines, and I was the lead also. By the time you saw it at NBC Channel 4, all you saw of her was dead, laying on the ground. That's how much editing they do. And, of course, you saw a lot of me. Thank you.
Oh, there you go. It's good not to end up on the editing room floor. Yes, that can
And,
be
of course,
difficult.
with the slap scene, he sweetened it, and he was a doll, the editor and the director, because he gave me the tape. So they really sweeten it. But NBC did not want the slap scene. That was cut off.
So sweeten it. That really refers to adding sounds and adding things. They call it Foley, named after a very famous person that sort of created a lot of fun sounds, Foley. And so it's a slap sound, and you think it's really happening, but it's not usually at all. And so that's exciting. So after that, what do we have, Sarah, in the IMDb?
ER.
ER.
Oh, yes.
You were on ER. Were you a dead person?
No,
You were a
I
live
was
person.
A person. I can't think. Not a pedestrian. Somebody in a restaurant or somewhere.
Oh, I see.
And this was an interesting story because I did
There's
have a
ER.
line.
Uh-huh.
Now, my cousin Jerry Flynn, who's no longer with us, had a heart attack, and he was in the hospital. And I called everybody that I knew that I was going to be in ER. And being
Bless you.
and being in the hospital, he told all the nurses, "Well, you never saw me. They cut my line out, and you only saw the back of me." He was so embarrassed because he told everybody watched ER. But I still get residuals.
That's
which
a
is
good
nice.
thing. That's a good thing. I remember the first time my partner John Ferrari was in a TV show. I think that was you. I think we had to go back frame to frame by frame to actually see that he was in the scene. That was funny. So after ER, that was a pretty exciting set to be on,
Yes,
though, wasn't it?
yes.
I mean, and that's a lot of waiting
And-
to do a
yes.
little bit of stuff, isn't it?
Yes, and I was on House.
House MD is a good one, too.
I was on House. Now, to me, it was interesting. Some people I had gotten skin cancer, but luckily it was at the corner of my nose over here, and they had to have a Mohs
There's House
treatment.
MD.
A Mohs treatment, and I was getting healed, but I actually had a Band-Aid over the nose, and it was for like a 75-year-old woman, and there were women there for the line, actually with a walker, and what I had to do is, which I want to share with everyone, is don't look at other actors because the casting director knows what you look like. And so when I started looking at everybody, he said, "Oh my God, they're a lot older than I am."
Keep going.
Oh, they're a lot older than I am. But I learned discipline myself, and I kept self-talking to myself, saying, "No, the casting director knows what I look like. If she didn't want me there, I wouldn't be there." And I booked the job.
There you go.
And I'll tell you about that afterwards.
Yes, being in the audition room can be, in the lobby, looking around, can be very intimidating sometimes. And you're watching ActorsE on ActorsEntertainment.com. So you have this idea, but you want to tell the world about it. The answer is And Now Media. It's a terrific production company out of New York and works everywhere internationally. Take a look. We'll be right back with Sandra Marshall and ActorsE Chat.
Why do clients like these and these choose And Now Media? When they've got a message, an audience that they want to reach, why do they dive into our world? They do it because they want mind-bendingly breakthrough creative. They want to take focus. They want results beyond their expectations. And now, you've got a boutique creative house that's at your disposal. A passionate, professional team concocting, executing videos that connect your message to your audience like never before. And now, dive into our world. Creativity with purpose. See how far your message can go. And now, it's your turn. And Now Media, creating success one video at a time.
Inspirational.
That was andnow.com. Can you hit the arrow, please, John Ferrari? Thank you so much. And they're a great production company. And once again, if you go to Actors Reporter, you click on the discount link at the top, you'll get a discount for andnow.com. And Now Media is a great. They do commercials. They do all sorts of stuff. And you've been in a lot of things, but I understand you've been in a very famous commercial for Subaru.
Yes.
And I understand it now has over 1 million hits on the internet.
Yes, it does.
How exciting is that? First of all, how did you get the job on this Subaru commercial?
It was, I didn't go, it was called a callback, but many people had callbacks. And it was the first time I went on as the callback. And they never told me it was going to be with a racing car, David Mirror. They told me it was like on a roller coaster, and I've been at Disneyland on the roller coaster, so I had no idea. So I did book the job, and I did yell to my aides, say, take the fun away. Yay!
Yeah.
I booked the commercial!
Very nice. And people know because you get paid once and you keep getting paid
Yes.
over and over and every time it runs, and that's beautiful.
And when I went there were a bunch of people, maybe 10 people, sitting there. And when it was time for me to go, I didn't know that I was going to be going in a race car, in a car, and they have a huge truck where they wet the pavement down, and they're really going fast. I mean, so close that in fact, I said to Dave Mirror, "How much longer?" And then I said, "Are you taking me on a longer ride? It's longer than you're taking the other people."
Yes.
And when I got out, I said, "Oh my God!" I was thrilled, and it was really adventurous because most people have never done what I've done.
But you don't want to do it again.
Oh, they said. By the way, when they said it's a wrap for me, the producer comes out and says, "Wait a minute, you can't go yet. We got to make sure it's on tape." I said, "Oh my God! If I do that all over again, I wouldn't know
You're
what
not
to
a
do."
roller coaster type person, are you?
No, not with this
I'm
thing.
not either.
Now, what happened is I couldn't go back to the other actors because they didn't want the other actors to know what I just went through because they were going to go through it.
Oh, I see.
Now, out of 10 people, they only picked 3 people that was actually showing on the internet, and I got to be one of them. And it had it had 1 million hits. It's on I have an iPad. And so I show people that they're hysterical about it.
Now, you have your own website, don't you?
I have my own website.
Sandra Marshall Info at .com. Sandra Marshall Info.com. And is there it is right there. Are there links to any of these things?
I have a great reel. Please go SandraMarshallInfo.com.
Oh, lovely.
The reel is phenomenal. It's so much variety in that reel that you will laugh.
Oh, that sounds great. And you've also done some independent films.
Right. Well, I want to tell you about OC because I think
tell me about
this is
OC.
really inspirational.
Okay.
Because I sent out, when I worked on Unsolved Mysteries or whatever show it was going to be on, no, it was House. I worked on House. I sent out postcards to all the casting directors.
Oh, there's OC.
Yes, and then because I knew I was going to be on it again, I said to all the casting directors on the postcards, "I'm back." Well, the casting director got the postcard and he called me in as a cheese person giving out cheese, and so I wore a white blouse, a black skirt with a little apron. And when we went in there in the costume room, everybody was in different colors. And when I went to the market, I got 2 toothpicks and I put cheese on them. Now I was told you're never supposed to bring in props, but I said screw it, I'm bringing the prop. How can I say I made 2 lines just without the toothpick? It didn't seem real to me. So when I walked in, all the producers, about 8 people were there, the director.
That's Rachel.
Wilson, she's on OC.
Oh, Rachel Wilson, she's on OC.
Yeah, and when I walked in, one of the producers says, "Oh, you've got cheese for us." And then I said my 2 lines to the cast director, and I booked the job.
Very nice. So bring cheese the next time you're going for a cheese commercial or a cheese spot.
So it was a Cheese Ladies
Very
on
nice.
OC.
On OC. Nothing wrong with that. And you have done some independent films.
Yes.
Let's talk. What do you have a picture for, Sarah?
Let's see.
I played Mommy and Me. It's called Mommy and Me.
All right, let's look up Mommy and Me.
I don't know
She
if
has so
there's any
many
pictures.
credits, she can't even remember everything that she's done.
Mommy and Me, where I'm a madam, which is a really nice part.
A madam?
Uh-huh.
I love being a madam. There it is,
Yes.
Mommy and Me.
Right.
Beautiful. And what was that like being on that set?
It was fun because it was a good part.
Uh-huh.
And I had different wardrobes and clothes to wear. It
What did
was
the
fun.
madam sound like?
Just the way I sound, very loving and warm, and because I felt this man, in order for him to have sex, he had to be in diapers. It's a very funny show. So I
This
was
is a
fixing
PG
him up.
show.
I
It
was
used to be.
fixing up
There goes already.
with other women,
Oh,
and
very
his
nice.
wife had died,
Uh-huh.
and so I was very
Oh,
sympathetic
look at all the
to
pictures
him.
of you there.
Here's her on the red carpet of Mommy and Me.
Oh, very nice.
And all these pictures are on our website.
Oh, very nice. All those pictures,
Right.
all those Sandra Marshalls everywhere.
And that was a picture of me. You just passed it when I was in Sound of Music in the nun outfit.
How exciting is that?
Yeah,
Very,
it's
very
fun.
nice. Very nice.
And then there's another picture where I played a gay woman with my hair back. You just passed that picture.
Right. Now, we'll go back to some other
But I'll
things.
tell you about
that-
Kevin Spacey after it's
okay,
going.
that's good. You were just in something with Kevin Spacey.
Yes.
So let's talk about that. It's called
Spirit of a Denture.
a denture, like a, oh,
The
there's
teeth.
a picture.
It's
Oh,
with
there
pirates.
was almost a picture. There's a
There
picture. Oh, very nice.
I am.
A dentist who yearned for adventure. He's great.
Yeah, I'm really lucky.
And
Very
he
fortunate.
is such an amazing actor. Just absolutely amazing. You have with pirates.
Yes.
Oh,
I get to
wow.
flirt with the pirates.
Oh, well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Is that out on Netflix, or where is that?
It's on YouTube. And I'm in the trailer, the beginning of the trailer, and I'm
Oh,
also
very
in
nice.
that. But I
so
want it to,
funny.
life is to me serendipity, especially if life is serendipity. And you never know as an actor what's going to happen. And I don't know, my agent submitted me for the role. And I had 2 lines, supposing it says off screen, OS, off screen. So when I went for the audition, Kevin Spacey was not there, but there were a couple of producers. And I said, do you want me to say those lines? And what do you do with 2 lines? And so I said the 2 lines, but also I'm supposed to be flirting with the pirates. So I looked at both producers, a woman and a man. I said, don't you want to see me flirt with the pirates? They said, okay. Do you want to do improv? I said, okay. And I took out my phone because I'm a secretary, or like paging different people. Mrs. Smith is here to see you, and different people.
Uh-huh.
So they said, great, we're going to talk to, I just went on and on. I have what's called the gift of gab.
You think?
So I just went on and on about on the phone, and then they said we're going to talk to people upstairs, and I did book it. So, and then I had my own trailer, and Kevin Spacey. I did say after it was a wrap, I'd like to I told the assistant director I'd like to have a picture with Kevin Spacey because I want to send postcards to all the cast
That's
directors.
you on the set with Kevin.
Yes, there I am. And he put his arm around me.
And we have a
And-
picture of that. Sarah, there we go, right down there of Sandra and Kevin. There you go. Pull that over. There's Kevin
There I
Spacey.
am, yes.
And you have some pictures of the pirates there,
Yes.
too. Let's take a look. There's Sandra flirting with some of the pirates. You're a cute little thing, aren't you?
The
And,
secretary.
look
There
at
I
that.
am.
There you are
And
with a
there's
pirate.
another, I think, with a desk. Let me tell you a story about that.
Yes.
The camera was coming around. Well, if I'm sitting on the desk, there's no way I'm going to be in the picture. And I'm an actor. I want to be in all the pictures if I can. So I immediately climbed on top of the desk, so then I could pull the pirate's chain. So when Kevin Spacey came, he saw me, I went like that to him. Anyway, he has a good sense of humor.
Very nice, very nice. And a tremendous actor. So let's go back to some of the things that you've done, because there's been so many of them. What are we doing? Mommy and Me. Talk a little bit more about Mommy and Me. And
Well, how I got that part was I was taking acting classes, and this guy, Kiefer, he went on to Actors Access to see lots of people for this madam. He didn't see anybody he really liked it, and he said, oh, Sandra Marshall would be perfect for it. So he called me up. So you never know. It's good to
That's
be
right.
friends with actors. So he hired me. I never had audition or anything, and I had
Beautiful.
really a lot of lines.
beautiful, beautiful. Tell me something else, Sarah. Sarah's our live video editor, who is absolutely smashing.
Let's see what we got.
And what do we have?
Got,
So many to choose from.
Yeah, there's a lot. Secret Lover.
Secret Lover.
That sounds scandalous.
It does
Oh,
sound
yes.
scandalous. And I pulled up a website for that, too.
Oh, and we'll check that out too.
Cool.
So-
Secret Lover. Ooh, so tell me about that.
It was a strange movie, but I was Katrina, and then I had a scene looking in the mirror and talking, and also I had a scene where I was like a nightclub comedian. So that was,
Well, there you
and
are.
that's another how I got the job. Also, was I was doing casting directors workshops, and this guy was in the workshop, liked my work, and called me up and said, "You're perfect for this role." So you never know.
You never know. And I always say that when you're auditioning, you're not really auditioning for the part. You're auditioning to introduce yourself to the people that fill parts. Because over and over again, you may not be right for one, but something else.
Called
might.
relationships.
Relationships.
I want one
networking.
with a man. I don't have a relationship with a man right now. So,
Oh, there you
by
go.
the way, I tell people,
And there's
Travis Quinton.
Yes, that was
Travis
him.
Quinton
He was the
Brown.
lead.
He was the lead, and you had roles with scenes with him.
No,
No,
I
that's too
was.
bad because he's a cutie.
I know, he was a cutie.
Yeah, he is. He is. That's very, very exciting. And what audition tips, since you seem to book right, left, and sideways, would you have for people out in the world?
It's learning to grow into yourself and accept who you are,
Like life.
like life. And so I don't want it. When I was younger and I was dating, I was needy. I'm not needy anymore. I am my own person. So I go in there, and I go in with a smile, and I'm relaxed. Instead of thinking, oh, these people are really important, I make them my friends.
Good advice. Good advice. And you're watching ActorsE on ActorsEntertainment.com. Let's take a look while Dana Quinn tells us about a helpful organizational software for actors, PerformerTrack.com. We'll be right back with Sandra Marshall and ActorsE Chat.
Hi guys, I'm Dana Quinn with Actors Podcast Network, and I'm here to talk to you about something really special. Treat your performing career, guys, as it should be treated, like a business, not a hobby. We want to let you guys know about the absolute best tool out there to assist you with running every single aspect of your performing career brilliantly. And you don't have to use batteries. It's called Performer Track. With Performer Track, you can easily log, track, and manage all of your auditions, callbacks, bookings, income, expenses, contacts, appointments, classes, workshops, and more. Ooh, I'm out of breath, all in one spot. It's brilliant. Best of all, it's online, so you can use it on a Mac, on a PC, and any Internet Connect handheld device like an iPhone, Palm Pre, or Nexus One. By the way, Performer Track ties all of your unique career information together and then breaks it down into easy to understand statistical reports for all of us blondes out there. Finally, you can discover what is or what is not working for you and your career. Get rid of wasted time, guys, energy, and money on the things that are not advancing your career, and only build upon your successes. Run a performing business, not a hobby. Learn more at PerformerTrack.com. Join Performer Track and save $20 on your first year of membership. Everybody loves a good discount. Use coupon code ActorsReporter. It's all one word. Again, coupon code ActorsReporter. I'm Dana Quinn with Actors Podcast Network, and be sure to check out Performer Track.
That was PerformerTrack.com. It really is helpful. I use it. I'm a member. You're a member.
Yes, it's the
And
best.
PerformerTrack.com. You go to Actors Reporter. Once again, click on the Actors discounts. You get lots of discounts, including one for PerformerTrack.com. Mention Actors Reporter. You get $20 off. And it keeps track of my expenses, who I met at auditions. It is really extremely helpful. And we were back with Sandra Marshall on ActorsE on Actors Entertainment. And we had a chatter question. The chatter question wanted to know, by the way, welcome chatters. We really appreciate you out there. Is Kevin Spacey a nice guy?
Yes, he's wonderful. Intense in a way when he's really working, but he's understated. He's terrific. I'm so lucky. And I tell everybody when I go to the restaurants, I say, I just booked a job with Kevin Spacey. You may touch me.
No, he touched you. I won't ask you where. It's a PG show. Yes.
No,
really
I'll tell
good.
people, customers, I just booked it. And
Yes.
you know.
That's super. That's super. Thank you, chatters. We've just passed. We passed 4 million viewers on this show last fall. Now we're trying to get to 5 million, and we appreciate all of you that watch our show. If you missed the beginning of the show, go to ActorsEntertainment.com later on and put Sandra Marshall in the search box, and you'll see all of today's show. And Sandra, I want to ask you, you were on, what's the one we're pulling up?
Tosh O.
Tosh O.
Yes.
Tell us about that. And who is this young man? Tosh O.
Tosh O.
Wow.
He is very, very attractive.
Yes, he is.
He's
If I were
tall.
40 years younger.
Yes. Now, I never heard of Tosh O, but it's amazing. Tosh.0. It's amazing how many young people watch that show. In fact, I was told that on Comedy Central, that is the most watched show there is
Oh,
on
good for
Comedy
them.
Central. Tosh.0. So I was a mall walker with 2 other people, and we went to like 7 locations.
So what's that about? I'm not familiar with the...
They just have the people who work on the show. They also are the writers and the actors on it.
I
But
see.
Tasho is the main person, so he's kind of ballsy, or
Can we say that on the show?
I don't know. He steps out of the box.
Oh, there it is. Very nice. Well, he's adorable looking, and how
Yes.
fun that was. And it's fun when we are on shows where we've never heard of them, because the young people know about it, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
they'll recognize us for things that we never even think about. And that's a fun way to go about it. And speaking about young people, you were on Paranormal.
Yes. Now
Right.
that was an interesting part, because I'm a babysitter, and there's a little girl like 10 years old who has a doll who she's crazy about.
There's
It.
paranormal.
The doll talks.
Ew, that's
Of like a
always scary.
whatever the word is anyway. And so
Ventriloquist.
that's it. You
Ventriloquist.
can say it instead of me.
I don't
Yeah.
spell it either.
But anyway, what happened was this young girl kills me, murders me. And so I have beautiful clothes. There's no way I'm going to wear my own clothes. And they wanted me to wear my own clothes. So I went, which I've never done. I have gone to the Salvation Army, like 3 of them. And I found a couple pieces I kept myself. They were so good.
Oh, nice.
But anyway, I wore this outfit because when they murder me, I'm in the bathroom and there is blood. I'm laying on the floor and there's blood all over the curtain, all over the water, and they just see me. And I have never played a dead person before. And so you have to stay very still.
Yeah, I think so. It's
Really
hard when,
still.
when
Yeah,
all
it's
the
a
things
lot
are
of
going
work.
around you,
And
the
there's
light
just-
people, the
there's
sound people.
blood all over my outfits. And it turned out that later on, I took a shower there, of course, to get rid of those clothes. And I took them home, and all the blood came off.
Right.
Because, of
So
course,
it's
it's not real
washable.
blood,
Yeah,
it's
real blood.
washable.
Very
But that
fun.
was, I haven't seen it. They're going to have a premiere on that.
Oh, when is it air? Do you know?
I don't know. But I did do another movie with him. I don't remember the name. Carl Watts, who's an actor, producer, writer, and director.
Uh-huh.
So I did a film with him, and then he called me to do this film. I want to do like Woody Allen uses the same people.
There is Carl.
Yes, he's good looking, and
Yes, he
he's a
is.
terrific director, actor, and writer. And it was his daughter who he used. It was very good.
Very, very nice. Very nice. And where does your career go from there?
After Paranormal?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to be doing another film right now, independent film. It's called
Don't you
Bad
love them?
Company.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Bad Company.
So, yeah, I'm going to be in a retirement home and some of the lines which I read was that will you play cards? Now I haven't met the director. I was referred through another friend of mine who's an actor. But when I got on the phone, I said, "Isn't that interesting?" Because I was a professional blackjack dealer. So that's great. So you never know, because she's going to write me more lines. It's just a great skit,
Oh,
I'm
beautiful.
shuffling the cards in the retirement home.
Very nice, very nice. Sarah, what else do we have on IMDb? IMDb is the Internet Movie Database. And if you really want to know what people have done in film or in TV, that's the place to go. Put Sandra Marshall in it, and you'll find out everything that she's done. What's next?
This is in post-production right now.
Right.
Post-production. What is it called?
How Nikola Tesla popped my cherry?
And
Popped
people,
my cherry?
yeah.
I don't know. Can I say that? This is no longer a
No,
PG
because
show.
actually people know
cute.
about that. It was
Okay.
a fun job where I'm a grandmother, but God, I was going to tell you another story. I forgot what it was. So that was a fun kind of, I'm top of my husband, who's the grandfather.
But you work all the time. And
Oh, I know. I knew I was going to say. That's the grandfather,
Oh,
right. And there's a
beautiful.
picture of me also
What's
somewhere.
his name?
I don't know.
Buns?
Yes, he's
oh,
good.
Very nice. Very
Now,
nice.
I did for USC, it's called a bag full of goods. And I was a homeless person, and a lot of people tried out for the job, but they played a victim. What I did when I went for the audition, I was dancing because I felt like I loved being in the park
Right.
with all the birds and the squirrels. And so I was the only one who used that objective of being so happy, and I booked it.
And which one are you, the homeless person?
Right.
Oh, yay, look at that.
That's-
You do look like a homeless person.
Well, no, not there. I don't know if I have a
With the scarf?
you actually can see it in my reel, and it was silent. There was no speaking. But I'll tell you, I can win an Academy Award for that performance. Of my eyes, the expression. I was a ballerina, and then I became homeless. And this I'm going to get in tears. And this ballerina sees me homeless, and takes me to the theater. And I sit in the theater, and I have this bag. And when you open up the bag, I look and you see me as a young girl dancing.
Oh, sounds like a
wonderful.
Twilight Zone.
Yeah, it was just a beautiful,
That's beautiful.
piece of work.
Very,
I'm very
beautiful.
proud of that.
So you're working really, literally all the time. You're going to student films, you're going to independents, you've got TV, you've got
And
films,
I take classes.
and you take classes. It's important to keep up with
Yes,
classes.
I just
isn't
want to
it?
give a plug. John Soodle, who is in the Valley, I think
That's in the San Fernando Valley in Los Angeles, California.
right, and acting is not easy. It's a real craft, and you can't judge yourself. You have to keep saying it's about the work. So you don't judge yourself about how you look or how you sound. It's about the work. And what he does is he gives you the sides. It's like a cold reading, and then we watch it, and he tells me, everybody, about 8 or 10 people in the class, what is missing, and then we go out and do the work ourselves, and we go back on, and he directs us. And then he puts it on tape, and then we sit down and discuss it again, and then he emails me the work.
Beautiful.
Because
beautiful.
it's a real craft.
Well, unfortunately, we're almost at the end of our hour. Is there something that we'd like to speak about that we haven't spoken about?
Yes, my dog,
Oh, Joy.
Joy.
Yes, Joy. You have to meet Joy. Joy is a mature Maltese. There she is.
4 years
Aw. Very cute.
Yeah. Oh my God, she saves my life. Every
Yes.
person, if you live, my girlfriend made that pillow, Priscilla. But if you live alone, it's really great to get a dog. And Malteses don't shed.
Well, tell us about all of the websites where we can find you. We can see you on your IMDb page.
Right.
That's a good
And
one.
then YouTube for Spirit of Adventure.
Right.
And
right.
of course,
And there's your website, which
Yeah.
is sandramarshallinfo.com.
and go for the real because you'll
And
really laugh.
there's your Facebook page. Love it. Facebook 148.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's beautiful, beautiful. And so we'll have to look up Sandra Marshall. And first of all, I want to thank you. You are
thank you. You're
absolutely
terrific.
delightful. Oh, I'm getting kisses on here. I love it. I love it. And I want to thank all of you, viewers and chatters, for joining us here on ActorsE. We're here Monday through Friday, 10 to 11, Hollywood, California time. And if you missed the beginning of today's show or any of the past episodes, go to ActorsEntertainment.com, put the talent's name in the search box. Today the talent's name would be Sandra Marshall, and you can see all of today's show. And don't forget to follow us on IMDb. You can see us there on Actors Entertainment and like us there on IMDb. And speaking of liking us, we have an Actors Entertainment fan page. Go and like us and follow us what we're doing. It's a really, really fun thing to do. And tomorrow on ActorsE Chat, we have a very good show. We have a teen host actress, Katie Rudoy, and an actor singer, Justin Sandler. He's really, really fabulous, young, blonde, spiked hair. The whole thing is really cute. And stay tuned for our Actors Reporter animation, which won the Telly Awards. Thank you, And Now Media and Pepper J Productions for that. And I pronounce you the winner. It's
Yay.
heavy, isn't it?
Yes, it
it's
is.
Beautiful, beautiful show. And Sandra, you are absolutely delightful. I hope we work together sometime.
Thank you.
Mwah, mwah, mwah. And thank you out there.